all had post-nut clarity, or the night after getting shit drunk, or that feeling when you stop a bad habit binge. You know how it feels. The depression and lack of meaning destroys any sense of value and self-control in ourselves. That feeling is to remind you how bad these habits are for you, and to remind you of the life you could live without spanking your sausage to a thick Latina. Yeah! In this video, I will teach you how I went from an addict to porn, junk food, and video games, to 2 years being bad habit free. The most effective way of all time to quit any bad habit is to change your identity. You're no longer someone who sits around doing sweet fuck all and watching porn or doing any bad habit. If you meditate, journal, go to the gym, eat clean, have positive social influences, and overall are a productive person, you are much less likely to watch porn than someone who is unproductive, sits around all day and eats junk. Someone who is an improved, productive, and successful version of themselves sees porn as like another unproductive thing to do. It doesn't fit their identity at all, so why should they do it? Even quote unquote just once, bro. Such a person wouldn't need to justify watching porn at all. For an unproductive person, it's another source of quick happiness, so why shouldn't they do it? They already do 500 other bad things. Such a person can easily justify beating it like a monkey or vaping or whatever fucking else you guys do. It doesn't fit their identity. It doesn't fit yours from now on either. If you truly, and I mean truly, want to be the best version of yourself, you know, deep down, it's not the behavior you would want to see from yourself. Prove your identity yourself by doing things you want your best self to do, like meditation, journaling, or going to the gym. And from there, any bad habit will go away by itself. You won't even see a freaking reason to do them anymore. A lot of people tend to believe that quitting bad habits is like this thing where you're super disciplined and willpower, but really, it's about changing yourself to become a person who simply doesn't watch it. That's how you quit forever, not just for a few days or weeks when your motivation is down by like 0.0001%. It doesn't fit into who you are when you lead a healthy and fitness-based lifestyle. There's no point in watching porn when you have a girlfriend. Do you see what I'm trying to get at? If you have negative influences such as friends, family, or even freaking content creators, you need to drop them. You're not friends with them, you're friends with the same drug. They just want to validate their own bad habit amongst others. These fake friends influence you into doing bad habits. All of these people don't align with your ideal identity anyways. Why should you even consider being friends with them? You can always find better friends and do better things that will make you happier long term. The harder you make something to do, the less likely you are to do it. Install a website blocker on your browser and block every platform with sexual content on it. Hide your vapes or cigarettes. Leaving it in plain sight is not a good idea. Unplug the Wi-Fi when you don't have anything to do on the internet and shut off your devices and hide them when you don't need them. Out of sight, out of mind. You also have to identify triggers. You might think Instagram is fine until you see a yeah, which makes you go on the hub. Addiction to scrolling on social media might have no correlation to porn in hindsight. However, if you see butts and boobs every day on your For You page, that makes quitting like a bajillion times harder. You have to find environmental triggers and get rid of them. Even if you see 2 circles in a video game that sort of resembles some boobs or reminds you of your bad habits, it needs to go. The next tip is to slowly reduce the amount of exposure you get to the habit. If you wank 6 times a day to the most degenerate shit, you're not gonna turn into a 90-day no-fap monk overnight out of pure willpower. Go from your normal degenerate favorite porn, then switch it to normal, to soft, then use your imagination. If you drink every night, go to every 2 nights, then 2 times a week, then 1 time a week, then you can quit. It's much likelier and easier for you to quit compared to cold turkey. Now that we got rid of the bad habits, you probably have a bunch of time just sitting there, nothing to do. This is where we incorporate good habits to become better and better people every day. Change your behavior and identity to match what successful and happy people do. Small steps lead to massive changes. You'd be surprised just how much change you will see from just a week of consistency. You have to make good habits easy. No one ever showed up to the gym the first time wanting to do a 3-hour ass-clenching workout squatting like the earth. It's only with time that they become more familiar with the gym and started pushing themselves. Just showing up to the gym and doing nothing is far better than sitting at home engaging in some bad habit. Meditating for just 1 minute is far better than doing nothing. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why would I do that? 1 minute? What is that going to do? Why would you even want to meditate for 1 minute being more attractive? But one must understand that motivation can only get you so far. It's more about building consistency and discipline. Contrary to popular belief, you don't have unlimited motivation. It is a very limited resource. Depend on it too much, you will eventually burn out and don't do anything productive for the rest of the day or even days on end. The easier it is, the more likely you are to do it, and the less motivation you use each day to do it. This is how habits are formed. 1 minute of meditation turns into 2, then 5, then 10, then 20, then you have perfect mental health. Going up at the gym turns into a small 15-minute workout, then 30 minutes twice a week, then an hour 4 times a week, and then suddenly you're the biggest guy at your gym. You can't have the motivation consistently every day when you don't want to do something. You have to make it an easy habit and part of your identity. And trust me, no one is motivated 365 days a year. Don't let your ego trick you into thinking doing small positive things are insignificant. Not do anything at first, but it's all about building consistency and turning yourself into a completely new person one step at a time. The more times you do productive things, the easier those things become, and the more attached they become with your identity and shape who you are as a person. It's not about how long you engage in bad or good habits, but rather how many times you do it. It's far better when starting off a new habit to do it as many freaking times as possible to get into the habit of doing it, not as long as possible. This also makes it quite easy, to be honest. Cooking a small meal 3 times throughout the day is easier than making a 5-star Gordon Ramsay full course meal all at once, and gets you into the habit of cooking for yourself much faster. Environment is an easy way to make doing your good habits easy. Set a book on your counter, put up some gym posters in your room to motivate you to go to the gym. Remove any bad habit motivators and don't go to places where you do bad habits for a while. Take a longer route to the gym if you see a McDonald's on the way there. If at your usual Starbucks you scroll on social media for an hour, go to a different place to get your coffee. An unproductive person, the bedroom is where one watches porn and stays up all night. For a productive person, the bedroom is a place where he winds down, reads a bit, and gets 9 hours of sleep. Build relationships with places by doing the habit at that place consistently. Make good habits rewarding. Generally, bad habits are rewarding instantly but make you feel worse once you're done with them. And good habits feel bad at first but reward you in the long term. This is why we procrastinate good habits with bad habits. Dieting, keep a weight log and see how much progress you've made. If you're meditating, keep a total log of how long you've meditated. If you're working out in the gym, keep a log of all your workouts and take photos of your body to see how you've changed over time. You can also do the opposite but with bad habits. Track the times when you watch porn and have a friend hold you accountable, like making a deal that you pay $10 for every time you watch porn or engage in bad habits. That's all for today. I believe that you will quit your bad habits. See ya.